today's video, I'm going to be talking about tremolo technique on the guitar. Basically, tremolo is a pattern in the right hand that creates a sustained effect in the melody voice. Tremolo is one of my favorite guitar techniques just because it sounds so beautiful, and I just think the effect is so unique to the instrument. You probably have heard tremolo on classical guitar in pieces like Recuerdos de la Alhambra by Tarrega. So this video is for anybody who wants to begin learning a tremolo technique, or anybody who wants to go back and revisit some of the fundamentals of tremolo. Personally, I like to revisit basic exercises when my hands have the technique down, just to really analyze and make sure they're doing the exact right thing. That way, when it's sped up, it isn't something weird happening. Especially with such small movements like this, there's a lot of possibilities for uneven sound and things like that. So to start off, just remember that in classical guitar, our right hand fingers have names. We have our thumb is P, we have I, M, and A. So basically what a tremolo is doing is just a continuation of P, A, M, I, sustaining over the whole piece. For me, the interesting thing about this is that this P, A, M, I fast just looks like this, and we can all do this. But when you put it on the guitar, it really requires a huge amount of control and making it sound even. So to start off, let's make sure we have a really good wrist position. We don't want our wrist to be like kind of bent this way too much, and we don't want it the opposite way either, where it's down and touching the guitar. If your wrist is touching the guitar, I can already feel like tension up in like my pinky and stuff. So let's keep a really nice neutral straight wrist like this. Also, be aware of your thumb position. We don't want your thumb to be underneath your fingers where they could like kind of collide. So have your thumb out like this, and you're hitting the string from your nail over here, or your finger and your nail combined here. This position, straight wrist, and let's start all on the first string. Let's put all the fingers on the first string in a position to make sure that they're all comfortable and your wrist is good. So your thumb is out, you're relaxed, then we'll be ready to start. The first thing I like to do when I'm starting a tremolo is to just practice it really, really slow. So I'm gonna open up a tuner on my phone, and I'm gonna do 60 beats per minute. And we're gonna do just one note at a time at this, which is pretty slow, but it makes sure we have a really nice, even sound and rhythm. So we're gonna be on just the first string. So P, A, M, I. While you're doing this, make sure you're keeping your hand as relaxed as possible. Don't let it tense up, and if it gets tense, maybe just lower the tempo. You could go even slower than 60. Also, make sure your fingers are relaxed and they're not extending out too much. So like if you played, you don't want them to go too far this way and to reach, because if you're going to be playing a tremolo on the second string, which we're going to be doing soon, then you don't want your finger to hit the string after. Let's make sure we're really in control of our fingers. They're only touching the string, they're not going out the other way or reaching. So let's do the same thing with our metronome at 60, but this time we're gonna move the thumb from the bass strings, because one of the cool things about tremolo also is that we're doing the tremolo pattern with these top fingers, and the bass is moving and kind of doing its own bass accompaniment. So let's do 60. So I'm gonna start with my thumb on the 6th string. let's try that again, but now let's move our tremolo or AMI fingers to the second string so you can see what I mean about keeping them controlled and so that they don't hit the first string. We'll do the same thing with our thumb. So we're on the second string here. So another way I like to practice tremolo is by muting my strings. So I'll take something like, this is a microfiber cloth, but you can use a sponge, a sock, whatever is soft enough that won't harm your guitar or your strings, and kind of fold it up and put it under the strings. It should sound like this. Doesn't sound very good, but this will help us to hear only the attack of the note, and it won't get muddied by the beautiful sound of our strings. And another way I like to use this is by practicing planting. So when I plant, I'm gonna play, like we'll say play P, and my A finger will go right to where it needs to go. M, once I play, goes, and then gonna get my I finger ready. So each finger is getting ready to play and touching the string before it actually plays. So P, A finger gets ready, M finger gets ready, I finger gets ready. P, A, M, I. So that way our fingers are kind of training to snap to that next string. And when we play an actual tremolo, we don't play like that, but it's kind of like a great exercise, especially if you're hearing just the attack and if you're playing slowly. So let me do this muted exercise we'll do the same, we'll do 60. And I'll do the tremolo on the first string again. Okay, so if that is difficult for you and it's a lot to think about, then maybe try no metronome, just play it really slow or slow your metronome down and then work your way up to the 60. After I did this for a little while and I raised the tempo up a little bit more, maybe to 80 or 100, then I would go back to 60 and we'll do just the bass notes at 60 with the tremolo in between. I'll show you what I mean. So 60. So you can see here, my thumb is moving on the beat, and the tremolo is in between. I have a couple tremolo pieces in my repertoire right now, and before I would practice them, I would do something like this where I would play at 60 and maybe move the tempo up and down. So once we've got all of these different ways to practice our tremolo and to slow it down and then gradually speed it up, that doesn't really help us with playing a piece, right? Because our piece needs dynamics and phrasing and balance and musicality. So the thing that we want to do is find like a piece that's really works for this. If you are beginning tremolo, Recuerdos de Alhambra may be too difficult because there's so much going on the left hand that you have to think about, and also playing the tremolo. So I have written an easy etude for you to play. It's free and it is available on my website, and I'll leave a link down in the description. And Yeah, it's basically just a nice little easy chord progression. You can learn this, and then you don't have to focus too much on the left hand, and you can focus more on the right hand and balance and phrase it musically. This piece is just, like I said, it's just a small piece that I wrote. I would encourage you to try it, and then maybe write some pieces that you like. Find a chord progression you like that's not like crazy difficult on the left hand, and try out your tremolo with that, because that's going to take your tremolo to the next level. That's where we want to be playing musically and playing beautiful music. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me in this tremolo lesson. Like I said, tremolo is just one of my favorite guitar techniques, and I'm always happy to talk about it. Please let me know if you have any other questions about it. If I get a lot of responses, I might do a second video with some more advanced exercises. Those are really fun too. But in the meantime, let me know if this is helpful, if you liked the little etude that I wrote, and I'll see you in the next video.